Hey everybody, it's Joan Endicott. This is the time of year that the United States of America celebrates freedom and independence. In fact, you may hear some celebratory fireworks as I'm sharing this video with you. But today I'm actually going to talk to you about personal freedom. Have you ever put too much stock in other people's attitudes or actions or opinions or even circumstances that you were unable to fix, change, or control? Well, that happened to me, and it's an ongoing battle, if you will. That's an ongoing giant I get to slay. A few years ago, a doctor looked at me and he very seriously put his hand on my knee and he said, "Joan, I need you to know you can die from this," after looking at my test results and letting me know that something needed to change in my life because physically my body was compromised. And after looking at the main reason that was the case, it was because of grief and heartache that I simply wasn't letting go of. I was hanging on to other people's decisions. I was hanging on to other people's opinions. I remember thinking at one point, that person doesn't act like they like me, and I thought, how could they not like me? I'm such a nice person. Clearly they don't know me. And yet it was too much of a concern to me. Why do I care what they think? Why do I care what other people think when I know I'm doing the right thing, when I know I'm living the destiny God has called me to? But if that's ever been an issue for you, I want to encourage you. There's a quote that Viktor Frankl said, and that is, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. One thing that's happened, that's helped me over the years, especially the last couple years, in wanting to slay that giant of approval addiction that I've talked to you before about, is when I have a response of hurt or anger or in any way based on what other people are thinking, saying, or doing, or what I think they think, even though I really don't know what they think. If I ask myself, what does my response reveal about me? What is that saying about me, and what's happening in me? What's coming up for me that is a negative or that is an unhealthy response? And you know, very transparently, the last couple weeks something happened and I asked myself that question, and what came up for me was pride or jealousy or envy. And I thought, that is so ugly. That is just so horrible. And yet that was the reality of it. I've had people over the years say to me when I talk about this topic, which is one of the most popular chapters in my book, by the way, because it's so universal, such a universal issue of letting go of things we can't fix, change, or control. And people will say, but it's so hard, Joan. And I'm like, I know, I could have died if I wouldn't have changed things in my life. I know it's hard, but here's the thing. It's hard when we think about other people's opinions, attitudes, or actions, or even circumstances we can't control. It's hard in the journey of letting go. So the reality is, we get to choose which hard we want to live with. One of them gets worse and one of them gets better. It's a moment by moment decision. It's a day by day, week by week, month by month choice that we make to slay that giant and be able to say, hey, if I can't fix it, change it, or control it, I get to let go of it. And therein lies your personal freedom and my personal freedom, and our independence of other people's opinions of us, of situations, or even circumstances that we can't fix, change, or control. So if you're watching this anywhere except my blog, I hope you come on over to joanendicott.com. I'd love you to leave a comment, like it, share it, and I look forward to hearing from you about the things that you have been able to let go of if you can't fix them, change them, or control them. Until next time, God bless.